and the oldest on-campus FBF stadium in the country. It's time for some clean, old-fashioned hate at Bobby Dodd Stadium. Mark Richt is 7-0 coaching Georgia here on the Flats as we get ready for the 110th meeting of the Dogs and Yellow Jackets. You're watching college football presented by 5 Hour Energy. And welcome to Atlanta. Beth Mowins along with 12-year NFL veteran Anthony Becht. Anthony, the season really didn't go according to plan for either of these two schools, but still plenty at stake, particularly if you're 8-3 Georgia.
Well, a lot swirling around about head coaches. Les Miles, Mark Richt here at Georgia. If the players want to have a say in this game, they'll come out aggressive, physical, and they'll execute. And on offense for Georgia, it's going to start with one man, their running back, Sony Michel. He is their power back. He's the guy that's going to get up in the hole, be elusive. He's going to get a heavy dose of the run game today. Look for him on the football field to bet big yards for this offense.
Those last 6 games since replacing Nick Chubb, who's out with the knee injury for the remainder of the season. Georgia won the toss and they will receive. They have the overall series lead. They have been close matchups over the last decade or so. In fact, the last 2 meetings both decided in overtime, each side winning once. And today, Georgia Tech looking to win at home for the first time in the series in 16 years. There is a look at Mark Richt, the head coach for the Georgia Bulldogs in his 15th season, second in wins to Vince Dooley at Georgia. And that includes a couple of SEC championships in 2002 and 2005. For Paul Johnson, his 8th year at Georgia Tech. Last year, they were playing in the Orange Bowl with an 11-win season. Things have not gone their way. This year, they come in at 3-8, their most losses in over 2 decades. And for the first time in 19 years, they will not be headed to a bowl game, but certainly they can make the next 364 days a lot more palatable with a win here this afternoon. Harrison Butker, the hero of last year's win for Tech, will boot things away. And it goes over the head of Reggie Davis and out to the 25-yard line for Georgia. And Grayson Lambert, who's a native of Jessup. He's a graduate transfer from Virginia who actually played and lost here last year quarterbacking the Cavaliers, and now he returns with the Dogs.
Yep, Grayson Lambert's completion percentage is good. He's a nice intermediate passer. The problem is consistency, especially in the deep ball. They'll be challenged today. Look for some play actions. They're going to try to hit their best receiver and Malcolm Mitchell on the outside, trying to make some big explosive plays, which they've lacked.
Mitchell will go to the top of your screen, and Sony Michel is the setback. They'll run play action, and on the boot, downfield, Lambert to Terry Godwin. Did he make the catch in bounds? Yes, he did. Out to the 43-yard line, and a Georgia first down. Chris Milton had the coverage, and an 18-yard gain.
One thing about Terry Godwin is some of the catches he's made the last couple days. Pulls the ball in, looks like his toes in bounds. Can't tell if he kept control.
This ball may have hit the turf underneath his belly. They will let it play on. Christian Payne now is the fullback in front of Michel. And Sony will get the call off the left side, out across the 45-yard line, and a pickup of 4. Sony Michel starting the day just 73 yards shy of 1,000 for the season as we check out our impact players.
Yes, Sony Michel is an elusive back. He'll be used heavily today. Malcolm Mitchell is their best wide receiver. Keyshawn Freeman, their best pass rusher in the back end. Jamal Golden, he'll be in the box. He'll be in coverage. He'll be an important factor to make those one-on-one tackles against Sony.
They will start 4 seniors in that defensive backfield. 3 of them have played over 50 games together. Lambert to the air, Godwin with the catch right around midfield, and he's corralled immediately by Step Durham, the sophomore out of Jacksonville, Florida. And it will set up 3rd down and 3.
This Georgia Tech defense has struggled. Missing tackles has been their biggest thing. Big plays last week. They created no turnovers and some big pass plays down the field. This is a manageable 3rd and short for Georgia's offense, what they're trying to be in, where they'll use tight ends, play action pass, and their backs out of the backfield to move the chains.
Georgia has not been strong on third down this season, trying to change that today. They'll go trips right. Lambert across the middle, caught for the first down inside the 45-yard line to Michael Chigbu. By the way, we do not anticipate seeing Isaiah McKenzie, the sophomore wide receiver and the best return guy for Georgia, who was injured in the Georgia Southern game last week.
And he was a very good secondary running back, running the jet sweeps on the outside, a nice change-up player for them. So he will be missed, but a nice conversion by Georgia, hitting the quick slant with accuracy. Nice drive early in this game.
Two tight ends for the Dogs. Chigbu in motion. The give is to Michel. He puts his head down, burrows his way down to the 40, into the arms of Patrick Gamble. It's a defensive front for Georgia Tech that sorely misses Adam Gotsis, their best player, who was lost midseason to an injury.
It really is a huge loss. You talk about stopping a heavy run offense. He'll be missed at that defensive tackle position. Big NFL body. Had a huge game against Florida State. A big reason how they were able to upset them a few weeks ago.
Mitchell will line up wide to the top of your screen. Brendan Douglas now in the backfield. Gonna hustle to beat the play clock here. Douglas will get the carry. Undercut right at the line of scrimmage by Jamal Golden, who ties the school record today with his 54th appearance in a Georgia Tech jersey.
This is what you'll get in rivalry games right here. A lot of guys pushing and shoving each other. This means a little bit more than the records might indicate. Throw those out the window. When you're in a rivalry game, these guys are from Georgia, both players. A lot of these kids played against each other in high school. This is big in these games.
25 starters for both teams today, Georgia natives. Including the quarterback Lambert out of Jessup. Blitz coming, it's picked up by Georgia to throw to Godwin right at the line to gain, and they're going to mark him 1.5 yards shy. 6-yard pickup. Step Durham stopped him from getting the first down.
This could be an area where you keep your offense in on the field. You got some big linemen that can push the line of scrimmage. You got a running back that can squirt through small holes early on in this game, setting the tempo. Good chance for both teams. Who's going to step up at the line of scrimmage? Will be the defensive line or the offensive line early on in the first quarter.
Michel needs a yard, and he'll get plenty more of them. Touchdown, Georgia.
When you get down in those 4th and shorts, and you want to get multiple defenders in the box, you better make sure you hone in and make a tackle. Nice blocks. Obviously, your fullback becomes an important component of blocking. Look at Theus on the outside, the right tackle, the fullback jamming the linebacker, and there's nobody home at the second level. And Sony Michel's got big breakaway speed, takes it up the sidelines for a touchdown.
He only needed one, but he got 34 yards. And he's got Georgia on top. Marshall Morgan, the extra point. 8 plays, 75 yards in 4.5 minutes.
Sony Michel with the big run up the sideline, starting this game off for Georgia. Big rivalry. We see emotions flying early between these two teams up early in this football game.
Georgia scoring on its first possession, converting on a 4th down. Sony Michel, 34-yard touchdown run at 7-0. Get Ohio State, Michigan on your tablet. That Clemson, South Carolina game. Put that on your smartphone, Anthony. Louisville, Kentucky. The Cats in need of a win to become bowl eligible. Marshall Morgan kicks that one into the end zone for the touchback. As we set up the offense now for Georgia Tech, and Justin Thomas running that spread option attack. Not a big guy, just 5'11", $189, but He beat Georgia last year and went on to become the MVP of the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, Justin Thomas is a spark plug. 491 yards rushing. He is the energy, the electric. He is the reason why this offense has been so productive over the years. His numbers are down quite a bit, especially in the passing game, but they've had so many freshmen and injuries around him. He's been able to lead this team this season.
And another injury, we do not expect to see Marcus Allen in the backfield today. This is Clinton Lynch, who has probably been their best guy over the second half of the season. He'll pick up the first down out to the 45-yard line, bumped out by Jake Gaines, and a run of 24 yards.
Yeah, he plays that A-back position, so those will be the two running backs on the outside edges of the tackles. The back behind the quarterback is the B-back. A lot of deception, a lot of things. You got to follow the football in this football game. It's going to start with the quarterback, Justin Thomas.
Scove, Lynch, and Willis now the three guys in the backfield. And this will be Willis trying to get the edge. Gaines in pursuit. He'll slow him down, but look at the surge by Willis across midfield and close to the first down. He got another couple yards with Mauger hanging on him as we check out our impact players. Freshman Marcus Marshall is actually their leading rusher this year.
On the defensive side, Leonard Floyd, Jake Gaines. These two players in space. You saw them right there. They got outflanked by this running attack of Georgia Tech. They will be tested on the perimeters of this football game.
It's a Georgia Tech offense that ran for nearly 400 yards in their win last year against Georgia. Slammed around the 43-yard line. Floyd was there. And let's check in with Paul.
Beth and Anthony, Justin Thomas, much needed towards this offense. Triple option in the run game, obvious. But Jeremy Pruitt told Anthony and I before the game, Justin Thomas is very underrated as a passer. He's got great touch, especially outside the pocket. He's not just this run quarterback.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. It's about extending the play with him. You'll see him roll out, drop back off fakes, and he can manage himself around the defense and find the open man late in the play.
Scove, and it's pulled back out of his belly by Thomas to keep it alive. And he may pick up a yard, if that, as Georgia was all over it, and an injury at the tail end of the play, and that is the quarterback, Justin Thomas.
Oh, man, he takes a hard hit on the sidelines. Injured early, Beth, last week against Miami.
The redshirt freshman Matthew Jordan, who has played in 4 games, including replacing Thomas last week against Miami, will now check into the game. On third down, here comes the blitz, and they get to him. Aaron Davis with the sack out of the secondary. And it's fourth down as Thomas gets attention on the sideline.
He's going to make nothing out of something here. It looks like he tripped on the tarp, kind of slipped and fell down. Doesn't look like it's something upper body, but just a weird way he fell on the sidelines.
Almost looked like he extended his leg in a funny way there as the punt is away. Tech will be able to down it inside the 5. Chris Milton with the hustle to down it there, but concern on the Georgia Tech sideline with their quarterback Thomas. They're already down a touchdown. Seven to nothing. Georgia with the lead over Georgia Tech. 7:19 to go. Here in the first quarter, some concern for starting quarterback Justin Thomas, who landed awkwardly and then crashed down hard on the Tech sideline after a running play on that last possession. It was hurt last week. It was upper body. This appears to be lower.
I think you're right. I think he just, quickly hyperextended his knee. Looks like he's walking around, bouncing a little bit. They were treating him on the sidelines. Hopefully he's back in this game. We've talked about it since the start. He is a big key for this offense.
I got a nice punt here from Ryan Rodwell that has set Georgia back inside its own 5-yard line to start out this drive. Sony Michel off the left side, out to the 9. How about a check-in now with the studio? Thank you very much, Chris. Back here in Atlanta, another nice run by Sony Michel, and that will move the chains as he picks up 14 more yards.
Yeah, right now they got 2 tight ends in the game on the outside. We talked about backside cuts. Sony Michel's done a nice job of squirting through, making big plays. He can get them in bunches, Beth. Right now he's playing well early.
5 carries, in fact, Anthony, for 59 yards, including the 34-yard touchdown. Christian Payne had a nice block on that scoring run, and he's in front of Michel again here. They'll throw it to Payne out of the backfield with some room to maneuver. And he's got another first down to Paul.
Last week against Miami, Justin Thomas, upper body injury on that first drive for Georgia Tech. Afterwards, limped off to the sideline. Trainers working on his right knee. I will keep you both updated on his status.
Well, Paul, he's the junior out of Prattville, Alabama.
Would you set the game clock for 6 minutes, 17 seconds. Start on my wide, please. 6, 17.
The officials making a timing adjustment. Ron Cherry, our referee today. It looks like they're getting some more tape around that left knee. We've already referenced the injuries that they've had in the backfield, so a lot more has fallen to Thomas to try and take care of.
For 6 minutes, 17 seconds. Thank you.
Looking like they're going to try to wrap it up and give it a go here. So we'll keep an eye on his play. A guy that's going to run the ball, cut it all different places on the football field. That'll be huge. Maneuvering on the football field outside the pocket.
Couple of tight ends to the left, and Blazevich and Rome, they will fake the run that way, and on a rollout, Lambert, his first incompletion of the afternoon after starting out 5 for 5.
Yeah, this offense under Brian Schottenheimer is a West Coast pro-style offense. A lot of movement, shifts, pre-snap. They're going to try to get tight ends on different sides, spread you out, then bring you in tight, trying to give you the illusion of different looks, but yet run the same play. And they haven't had a lot of success because they've lacked the deep ball, the explosive plays. The running game's been fine. It's the big play receivers and the catches and hitting those targets down the sideline. Grayson Lambert has to improve in that area.
First year with Schottenheimer, the numbers statistically are down this year. And the run up the middle, stuffed by Georgia Tech. Stout up front as they prevent Michel. Kashun Freeman, the sophomore out of LaGrange, Georgia, probably their best guy now in the front 7.
Got to block him. He's their best player. He's got tremendous speed, obviously running down that backside run. Great opportunity, 3rd and long. This is where it's been dangerous times for Georgia, converting the chains back this deep in 3rd down. Georgia Tech defense has brought some pressure early. Let's see if they try to get to Lambert.
Time, the pass is away, incomplete over the head of Malcolm Mitchell, and it's 4th down.
You can see when Grayson Lambert's in trouble, he needs a big play. He's constantly going to Malcolm Mitchell, his #1 receiver, his favorite target. It's been an issue. They're waiting for other receivers in this offense to step up. Terry Godwin is just a freshman. He's had some nice plays. Reggie Davis, number 81, he's been inconsistent catching the ball. So right now, not a lot of options that give Lambert confidence on his football team.
Bryce Ramsey, the 3rd-string quarterback, has taken over the punting duties in the last month, getting set to boot it away to Jamal Golden, back at his own 23-yard line. High kick, and Golden will come up and take a knee on the fair catch out across the 35. 7-0, Dogs. There's Keith suiting up in the red and black. Marcus, the freshman, suiting up for Georgia Tech today, the younger brother and his role model across the way. Keith and Marcus on opposite sides of this rivalry this afternoon. That puts their parents in an interesting spot. They've got different colored, multiple colored jerseys on today. And cheering for the offense an awful lot. This is Lynn Griffin, shoved out of bounds around the 50. Their mom, Denise, is with Paul.
A proud mom also watching the Georgia Tech offense. Denise, show the jersey. Marcus on the front, Keith on the back. What is this moment like for you and your family?
Oh, it's a great moment. It's been great all Thanksgiving break with my family, and friends have come up for the game, so this is amazing.
I heard you had Thanksgiving at your brother's with members from both teams. How did that happen?
We just invited them over for food, and so they came.
They get along?
They get along great.
You know, this is a special situation. Watching two running backs, major college football. When did you know that these two were special athletes?
Well, Keith, his first touch on the Pop Warner field, he scored, and the other two were running behind me while I was trying to videotape it, so that was great. And then Marcus was a little bit of a late bloomer, but his junior year, he just came into his own.
Describe their relationship.
They're very, very close. Very close. 3 years apart in age, but very, very, very tight.
Well, enjoy this game. Amazing.
Very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And we think this is their first time on opposite sides out of Millbrook High School in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's pretty special. You know, two brothers on the football field, one a freshman, one leaving early for the NFL draft next year, but two similar body types, two 5'10", 5'11", 210, 212. These are two backs that have strong legs, and you know, Keith Marshall's been hurt, banged up through his career, but he was a gigantic recruit for this Georgia team, and a lot of running backs have come through in our last couple of years, and again, if he stayed healthy, he could have been that top guy.
He's still the career leader at Millbrook High. Marcus broke his single-season rushing record last year, and he's going to lose yards here on 3rd and 1. Jordan Jenkins, the senior out of Hamilton, Georgia, with the stop, and it's 4th down. And is Paul Johnson going to send out another running back here?
Yeah, Jordan Jenkins, just so strong. He sets the edge very well. Right now, early in this game, they've been getting hurt on the outside. They just entered the equation. Number 71, Devine, a big-time offensive lineman, 350 pounds. Look for them to go over him on the right side.
It is Marcus Marshall behind the quarterback. Georgia getting jumpy up front. And he's thrown down. Thomas's for another loss back at the 48. James DeLoach did not give Tech a chance.
Jeremy Pruitt talked about it all week. The defensive tackles in this game have to disrupt the dive play. Right here, you better block him, because if you don't, he's going to get in the backfield. Big, strong seniors up front. Starts with DeLoach, Mays, 93, Bailey, number 58. These guys are strong at the point of attack. And if they're coming up the field and unblocked, they got a great chance of disrupting this offense like they did there.
Pruitt talked about having seen the option last week, but a little different approach for Georgia Tech than Georgia Southern in the middle of the field. Crucial. And they win that battle. Sony Michel on 1st down after taking over. He's wrapped up by Patrick Gamble. Well, today at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN, Ken Pan.
Road has been up and down. Their offense has been better at playing at home, but right now they got to find a spark if they're going to have any chance against Michigan State.
Reggie Davis tried to get around the corner, bottled up. Picks up 4. It'll be 3rd down. Jamal Golden up out of the secondary to make the stop.
Talked about Golden early. He's that safety is going to get up in the box. Led the team in tackles last week with 7. He is a disruptive force on the front and back end of this senior-led defensive back position. All 4 guys are seniors, over 203 games played. They'll be important on this last game at home for all 4 of them. Georgia Tech showing blitz, inside linebackers going to come inside.
Georgia able to handle it. Godwin reels it in at the 30, and he's shoved out of bounds around the 21-yard line. Golden had the coverage, but Godwin had a couple of steps on him.
Great protection. Georgia Tech brings a blitz, the deep ball, and Coach Brian Schottenheimer's talked about on the deep ball, make sure you get some air on it for the receivers to get a chance to catch it right here. Godwin runs a nice corner route for 28 yards on the catch, perfectly thrown, right on the outside of his hands. And that's the big plays, the explosive plays that they've wanted right now. Godwin, a true freshman. He's had some ups and downs, but he has a tremendous upside for this offense.
Out of Callaway High School in Hogansville, Georgia, the number 5 rated athlete in the class. as Reggie Davis gets nowhere. Tyler Marcordes with the tackle. Godwin, also a terrific baseball player, was drafted by the Atlanta Braves, so that speaks to the kind of athlete that he is. He had a 12-yard touchdown last week.
They put a ton on his plate. He plays receiver. They put him in the Wildcat. He'll play a little bit of that quarterback position, working jet sweeps, running the football. So he's been a young player that they're asking and put a lot on his plate to play.
And an even bigger job today with the loss to injury of Isaiah McKenzie. Lambert looking to dump it off to Michel. He's got some green in front of him. Hurdles the defender and gets knocked out of bounds by Damon Smith as he went airborne, out of bounds around the 13-yard line.
One thing the coaching staff said about Sony Michel was his ability to be versatile, and they love his pass-catching ability. On his left hand, folks, he's got a cast on his right hand, excuse me. It's making it tough to utilize him out of the backfield, but the concentration there, you see the speed. He is a great complimentary back to Nick Chubb when he was healthy, now getting the workload for this team.
Broke that hand in the Florida game earlier this year. The Bulldogs threatening again as we end the first quarter. They lead it 7-0, trying for their 9th win of the season. Building here at Georgia Tech. As we start the second quarter, the Bulldogs with a 34-yard touchdown run from Sony Michel, leading this one 7-0. Now the Bulldogs down in the red zone, facing a 3rd and 1 from just outside the 12-yard line. This is Michel trying to lean for it after he was met in the backfield by Marcordes.
They went big on the outside. Unbalanced. 3 offensive linemen, 2 tight ends, and a fullback. Tried to get that push. Again, didn't get the first down. They're going to go for it here.
Michel had started to trot off the field, and now he's back on. 2 fullbacks, Payne and Hicks.
Got him with some play actions with the tight end and fullbacks last couple 3rd downs.
On 4th down, they'll try the fullback. It's Quavon Hicks with just his 4th rush of the season, and it will depend on the spot. That entire front line got together to mash on him. And he comes up short. Georgia Tech holds on 4th down.
And Hicks is 6'2", 255 pounds. They thought maybe they could get some push up front. Came up short. Georgia Tech defense need to come up big. They get the big stop on 4th down, trying to switch up the momentum for their offense.
You're watching college football presented by 5-Hour Energy. Georgia with the lead over Georgia Tech, but the Yellow Jackets with a big 4th down stop. And a reminder tonight, as the Gators prepare for the SEC championship game next week, and still a shot with just 1 loss at the playoff. They'll probably need some help to do it, but a win over Alabama, perhaps in the championship game, might do the trick.
You know, since Florida Gators have clinched the SEC East, they have just not come up big so far this season.
This was one of the reasons why Florida State was bounced from the ACC race. The miracle on Techwood Drive. Lance Austin racing downfield 78 yards for the game-winning touchdown off the blocked field goal to beat the Seminoles and knock them out. Their lone ACC win of the season. It's been a struggle for a Tech team that was favored to win their division. Clinton Lynch. Long run of 28 yards for the first down, one of 7 different Jackets to carry the football here in the first half.
The perimeter, the alley defenders. Who's going to be in the spot to make the tackles? Right now they're picking on Leonard Floyd in space. Can he get the quarterback in the back? Well, right now, perfect pitch by Thomas. A nice block by the receivers on the outside. Ricky June, number 2. Big plays on the perimeter right now. This Georgia defense has to step up and find a way.
This is Griffin getting more action than he's seen in a while. Floyd does make the tackle there, but not until Griffin picks up 7 more. Paul?
Superstar recruit Trent Thompson. Big presence inside defensively for Georgia. He's been battling ankle injuries all season long. Right now came off the field in pain. His right ankle acting up again. Trainer's taking off his shoe. I'll let you know if he returns.
Thank you, Paul. His replacement, James DeLoach, has already made a couple of big plays here this afternoon. Floyd standing up on the left side of the line. The run goes up the middle. Gaines makes the tackle on Marcus Marshall, but Marcus picks up the first down and 9 more yards.
One thing that this Georgia defensive front will have to deal with is chop blocks on the inside, their defensive tackles. They're going to try to bring 2 offensive linemen sometimes to cut down their middle linebacker, Jake Gaines. So they'll have to be fundamentally sound, and right now Georgia Tech looks like they found some holes in this Georgia defense.
Lynch caught and tripped up in the backfield and taken down by Natrez Patrick, the freshman from here in Atlanta, and a loss of 3.
And they're showing a little bit of blitz, trying to affect the gaps, and if they get through, they have to make the tackle. Just gets his foot on the end there to make a big play by the true freshman. Atlanta local, he's got some family here, I'm sure, and again, they're going to have to roll in some of these speed linebackers to get into this running stoppage in this game.
Floyd lurking off the right side. The run goes the other way. The pitch to Griffin and down inside the 40-yard line. Patrick, one of the guys there, along with Aaron Davis. 8 more yards on that run.
And right now, Georgia's defense is a little slow getting to the alley. That alley is in between the tackle and the receiver. And when the quarterback pitches that ball, you have to be able to come across. Watch the running back come across in motion, but he looks like he flinched. Referees missed that. See the Georgia players pointing there to say they saw him flinch. Obvious miss by the referees.
15 carries now, over 100 yards rushing with just 1 pass play today. Down to the 35-yard line goes Lynch. Aaron Davis coming up again out of the secondary.
That's a nice job by Aaron Davis. If you're getting blocked on the outside by the wide receivers, you got to be able to shed blocks and make tackles. Aaron Davis, a sophomore, his 2nd year as a starter, a bright kid. He's obviously going to be a huge role in this game.
So now it's 4th down and 3, and Georgia Tech will keep its quarterback out there from the 35.
You can tell both of these teams want this game. A lot of 4th down plays. See if they can get them. Probably on the perimeter here.
Floyd and Trey Clark.
And I think he's
Did
going
they touch helmets here?
I think he was induced by Floyd, 84. See what the referees say.
Offside. Defense is 84. 5-yard penalty. That penalty results first down.
That'll be on Floyd, and that'll be good for a first down for Georgia Tech.
Got to be disciplined on the outside. Floyd, a junior, but he's 23 years old. He's in these circumstances where he has to know the situation. Mark Richt pulled him to the sideline, had a little talk with him, and he's replacing him early right now.
That's Lorenzo Carter, the sophomore from Norcross, Georgia, who will replace Floyd on first down. Give us up the middle. Marcus Marshall with a nice move down to the 16-yard line to move the chains. Chris Cotter's got an update on the Buckeyes and Wolverines.
They're up on top over on ABC.
Thank you, Chris. The Buckeyes trying to bounce back from that loss to Michigan State. Thomas looking for somebody to pitch it to, and there was nobody behind him. And he's taken down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, that third option, that pitch option, Lynn Griffin, number 27. He's supposed to be that back, but he's blocking. Nobody's there, and Justin Thomas trying to make something out of nothing there. Loses some yards in the red zone.
Griffin with a lot of opportunities. Only 8 carries all year coming in today. Georgia Tech usually very good in the red zone at converting into touchdowns when they get this close. Thomas going to keep Spins into Aaron Davis down at the 14-yard line. On the 10th play of the drive, which started back on their own 12-yard line. 27 touchdowns on 35 trips. That's second best in FBS.
Yeah, and right now Georgia on defense, they see it. They brought the corner on the outside to help in that perimeter. Georgia Tech so effective in this run game. Deceptions, you got to be in the right spots. Right now finding some early holes and blocking the middle backer for Georgia, making it hard for them to stop this run game.
Thomas. The pass intercepted at the goal line. Dominic Sanders trying to turn the corner around the 20 and out of bounds at the 23-yard line. 7th interception of the year for Thomas, and Sanders takes it 22 yards the other way.
Big play on this defensive side. Dominic Sanders leads his team now with his 5th interception on the season, and he's been kind of the ball hawk for the football team, but it's a huge play in the red zone. Georgia Tech's been so effective in the red zone. Georgia comes up big, reading the quarterback side, making the turnover. Justin Thomas has struggled. Big momentum change again. Now back to Georgia.
Well, after the interception, some contact, some clean old-fashioned hate there. Floyd and Thomas after the interception.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to see Leonard Floyd hit him in front of him there. It looked like he even hit him from the back. I mean, you're talking about a 6'6", 230-pound man hitting a 5'11",
buck 89.
Exactly. So, again, if you're running towards the play, though, Thomas was, got to keep your head on a swivel.
More importantly for the Yellow Jackets, the interception thrown by Thomas on the goal line. Picked by Sanders, and now 1st and 10. Sony Michel with the catch out of the backfield, diving for the first down marker, but he stepped out of bounds. Rivalry series presented by Jiffy Lube. That game coming up tonight at 8 o'clock on ABC.
7 minutes, 25 seconds. I'll start the clock. The game clock on my ready for play signal.
We saw the Sooners,
Thank you.
with that win over Baylor, jump 4 spots up to number 3. So right now they are in the playoff. Baker Mayfield okay to go at quarterback, according to Bob Stoops. Second and 5. McCordez is coming, and false start on Georgia.
False start. Offense. Number 54. It's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's Brandon Cablano. They've had to make some adjustments along the front line. Cablano has been at center most of the season. Hunter Long got the start today. Theus and Houston both have played on the right and left side.
The question is, who moved here? And it looks like just lifted his back end a little bit before the snap. Very close, but again, you can't push yourself back in these situations. You get big yardage on 1st down. Can't hurt yourself.
If they get Michel moving again, 8 carries for 60 yards so far, and another whistle.
Delay game. You got to be aware in this situation. You're starting to compound the problem.
Delay of game. Offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Get a 5-yard run to start the series. Get back, bounce back on an offsides. Now you don't see the clock in the back. You're seeing a potential blitz on the outside, trying to get the snap count going, and you lose track as a quarterback. These are the small things, Beth, that have hurt this offense over the last several weeks, especially in their losses.
Yeah, they had a couple of games without a touchdown, in fact, which is a rarity over the years with the quarterbacks and the running backs they've had at Georgia. Godwin out to the 25-yard line. They'll get some of that back. BJ Davis with the tackle.
Getting Godwin involved early in the passing game. You see the short passes, trying to get the completion percentage up, trying to get the ball accurate out of the quarterback's hands. They've done that. They've hit a nice deep pass. Now Grayson Lambert's going to have to step up and make a play here on 3rd and 9. Watch number 35 on this Georgia Tech defense as one of those blitzers right here.
He's coming again. They pick him up initially. Gamble giving chase. And Lambert on the move, incomplete. And it's 4th down. The junior from Carrollton, Georgia, Patrick Gamble, got right up in the quarterback's face.
They brought pressure on the outside, and Gamble just kind of reading the quarterback, and the center just loses him. Watch in the middle of your screen. Center sliding over to help. Nobody slides back to get Gamble, and he chases down, pressures Grayson Lambert. Nothing home on the outside, trying to get the ball to Mitchell.
And A.J. Gray got in a hard shot at the tail end of that play on the quarterback, Lambert, who goes off to the sideline now on 4th down. Ramsey going to punt this one away into the sun. Golden telling his mates to stay away from it. And it will be downed at the 35-yard line. 41 yards on that punt from Ramsey. Justin Thomas and the offense down 7 and back to work. Goes to Megatron in their big win as Georgia and Georgia Tech teamed up. A little different though, they're keeping them separated here on a rivalry Saturday afternoon in Atlanta. 7-0 Georgia. Justin Thomas running the attack. Lynch out across midfield, and a 1st down for the Ramblin' Wreck, and a nice block by Mikel Lands-Davis to take out Mauger. 17 yards.
Defensive backs on the outside, corners especially, got to find a way to get off blocks and make tackles. Right there, Mauger gets spinned around, not able to make the tackle, and Georgia Tech makes you pay, Beth, every time they hit the perimeter so far today.
Been doing a nice job getting to the edge. 5 carries, 63 yards now for Lynch. He had a 3-touchdown performance against Virginia this year. And a rare penalty. Georgia Tech usually penalized just 3 times per game.
False start. Offense, number 83. It's a 5-yard penalty.
That's their first.
1st down.
A true freshman wide receiver, Brad Stewart. Speaking of wide receivers, Beth, they've only completed a pass to a wide receiver twice in the last 2 games. So a lot of blocking for these young men. They have 0 catches today. They're asked to do a lot of things, and blocking for sure. They've done an excellent job on the outside in this game early.
They'll try the dive with Marshall. Georgia's there. Bailey and Jenkins, the first guys to stuff that. Under 4.5 minutes to go now in the first half. In this 110th meeting, 8 of the last 11 have been decided by 1 score or less, including the last 2 years, which we've seen these games go to overtime. The pass incomplete. Intended for Clinton Lynch. The only catch of a Thomas pass today was the interception on the goal line by Sanders. And now it's 3rd and 13.
Yeah, and they'll try to get those backs, those A-backs out in the outside in those alleys when they're supposed to be blockers, and hopefully suck down a safety and get them up the middle. But right now, this is a passing down situation. Leonard Floyd, number 84, their #1 pass rusher on the bottom of the screen. He's the guy that's got to make something happen. Pressure right now. They have a strong safety on the edge. So they can attack Justin Thomas.
Quincy Mauger creeping up as well. They'll run it with Marshall, and he's cut down at the 45-yard line. And it's 4th down. Jake Gaines, the leading tackler for Georgia. The new guy, the transfer from UAB. And it's 4th and 7, and they will send the punter on.
Yeah, right now, Gaines has been right in the middle here, and he's going to be able to read it side to side, but he has to fill the holes on these dives and avoid that lineman going up to try to cut him. Right there, does a nice job, but he has been challenged early in this game.
Godwin with the fair catch. 29 yards on the punt. Georgia with the ball and the lead. years ago. Georgia won here in double overtime. Last year in Athens, the kick and the pick for Georgia Tech, as they did the old Monty Python Get Me a Shrubbery there in Athens with the Hedges after the big win. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. They've been tight games over the last decade or so. It's 8-3 Georgia and 3-8 Georgia Tech. The Jackets, this is their bowl game. No postseason for them for the first time in 19 years. Godwin out across the 20. Let's check in with Paul.
A lot of interaction field level between quarterback Grayson Lambert and offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer told me before the game the biggest challenge, he's coming from the NFL. He'd have the endless amount of time with his quarterback. 20-hour-a-week rule in the NCAA, 4 hours chalked up to a game, limited time. And you can't remember, Grayson Lambert was a transfer, came in the summertime, so only a junior, has another year of eligibility. They will get familiar with each other the rest of this season and in spring ball.
Late July was his arrival, the grad student from Virginia. Of course, they have a huge recruiting class coming in as well, and that includes the #2 pocket passer, Jacob Skinny Eason from Washington State.
You know, he makes a great point, and it's true for Schottenheimer. Rarely do you see NFL coordinators come to the college level, and he talks about that time. There's a transition period, and something that Brian Schottenheimer has to learn to teach and get the message across much quicker, much faster, get more efficient in delivering those plays in the offense for this Georgia team.
Mark Richt brought in Schottenheimer to replace Mike Bobo, who left to coach at Colorado State after Jim McElwain headed to Florida. How about an update on #1 at Palmetto Bowl for Clemson, trying to get to 12-0. That would match their 1981 national championship team.
This is their first choice timeout.
Of course, they have the ACC championship game next week against North Carolina as well. 7-0 here, Georgia on top.
Beth and Anthony in Atlanta.
Thank you very much, Chris. Yeah, that's a big one for Frank Beamer and Virginia Tech. We already saw Gary Pinkel in Missouri. They lost to Arkansas yesterday, so Pinkel probably is done his career stepping down at Missouri. Beth Mullins, Anthony Beck, Paul Carcaterra here at Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta. It's a Sony Michel 34-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. That's the difference. And now Georgia will call a timeout out of the timeout.
Timeout. Georgia, their second choice timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
Mark Richt trying to be patient here with his quarterback.
Here's another transition for your offensive coordinator. You got 3 guys right here in yellow hats trying to get the play in. Who's watching who? Schottenheimer's usually just calling it from his headset right to the QB. So you got to call 2 timeouts. Let's get it clear. You got the quarterback over there. You're trying to get in the right situation. It's lined up right. Not very well spent timeout by this Georgia offense.
Offensive coordinator with St. Louis with the New York Jets. Some of the quarterbacks he's been involved with as an NFL assistant include Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and Brett Favre. Not bad guys to work with there. On 2nd and 8. Lambert, nice block by Sony Michel in the backfield to keep this alive, and it's hauled in downfield by Malcolm Mitchell with his first catch of the day. 34 yards.
One thing you cannot question is a running back stepping up. Watch Michel here, blocking number 40, P.J. Davis, the linebacker, and then those 50-50 balls. Look at the coordination, the body control of Malcolm Mitchell, bringing the ball down, covered tightly by Chris Milton.
Lambert trying to drop it off to Michel through his hands at the 35.
And I'll tell you, listen, they're throwing the football today. The young man's got a cast on one of his hands, on the right hand there. You can see it. I mean, that is a challenge. That ball's coming hot over the middle of the field. He's got a couple catches on the outside, but that's one heck of a job picking up the blitz on a linebacker one-on-one, adding to his resume of big play and versatility at the running back position.
The starter in the second half of the season after the knee injury to Nick Chubb, their All-America candidate who went down mid-season. And going down is the quarterback, Lambert, wrapped up by Brant Mitchell, the freshman out of Knoxville.
Grant Mitchell on the outside, and Lambert doesn't see him coming off the edge. He's taking his time. Doesn't feel it right here on the top of your screen. Nobody home to block him. The back's got to go front side with the run fake. Grayson Lambert turns around and takes one right in the kisser here. Not a good job of recognition by this offensive of Georgia. Puts themselves in a pushed back 3rd and long here.
Their first sack of the season. It's 3rd and 15. Lambert well protected. Pass ricochets up into the air, and Mitchell almost hauled it in. And it's 4th down.
Lambert gets conservative on this throw, tries to go short. Lawrence Austin does a nice job tipping that ball up, and Grant Mitchell, a true freshman, almost made back-to-back big plays, forcing Georgia to punt. Lawrence Austin, great job jumping the wide receiver, tipping the ball up in the air. And Grant Mitchell, of course, you know what they say about linebackers. They got those stone hands, but he almost pulled it in there and made a big turnover.
Ramsey will try and pooch this and drop it down deep right at the goal line, and it will stay on the field of play down inside the 5. 41 yards on the punt by Ramsey. And that will put Georgia Tech back deep with just 19 seconds to go.
Well, there's Georgia.
Let's take a look at the Jiffy Lube expert analysis, Anthony.
This Georgia defense right now struggle. Why? The Mike linebacker is going to be busy, and he has to recognize the fakes and the handoffs. Gaines gets in a bad spot. He has to chase from behind to get a big run. Now, in the middle of the field, you got to be able to get by the blocks of those guards and centers trying to pull up, and you got to find the football. Doesn't do it there. And lastly, again, shedding blocks. And if you're going to go underneath, you better come up and be able to make the tackle. He doesn't give himself a chance with angles. Right now, the Mike backer position's been a challenge. They've been working in a little bit of Roquan Smith, number 3, the true freshman, to help out, but it's been up and down for this Georgia defense stopping that run.
7-0, Georgia with the lead. We'll hear from Paul Carcaterra and Coach Mark Richt coming up in the Dave and Buster's halftime report. Now let's get you to Chris Cotter and Robert Smith in the studio with updates from around the country.
Guy on the left had some good moves.
I forget, is that the whip or the nay-nay?
I don't know. That was the way-nay. Sony Michel providing the only scoring for the Dogs, and the only scoring in the entire game here in the first half. 7-0 Georgia. Paul Carcaterra caught up with Mark Richt at the break.
Coach, we saw a lot of the run game the last few weeks. More of Grayson Lambert today. Why?
Well, we just felt like we needed to mix it up, get good run-pass ratio. You can't just line up and run against a good defense.
Your defense, you thought playing on the perimeter would be critical. How would you assess that aspect?
So far, so good. The boys are playing hard. Got that turnover in the red area. They're number 2 in the nation scoring touchdowns down there, so that was a good get for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Continues here in Atlanta. 7-0 lead for Georgia over Georgia Tech on a Sony Michel touchdown run. You're watching college football presented by 5 Hour Energy. Both teams also had an opportunity in the red zone that they could not cash in on. A 4th down stop for the Georgia Tech defense and an interception on the goal line for the Georgia D. The last time that Georgia Tech was shut out in the first half, you got to go back to 2008 at North Carolina. And the Dogs closing them out through the first couple of quarters. Georgia won the toss, received in the first half, so the Ramblin' Wreck getting set to return. And the kick will be a short one. Marcus Marshall going to take it at his own 9-yard line, and he'll get out to about the 29, where Georgia Tech will take over. How about the run game for Georgia Tech in that first half?
Well, Jeremy Pruitt talked about it all this week and today with me. We got to stop the dive. They've done that well. Defensive tackles getting off blocks, linebackers making play. The problem is the perimeter. And right now, your Mike linebackers going left when they're running right. You got your defensive ends and your strong safeties not in position to make plays, and your corners in those alley areas on the outside. And it's clear right now, Beth, the middle has been taken care of, but big yardage, 11-yard average and 7.1-yard average on the outside. They got to find a way. Let's see what the game plan is in the second half.
And yet despite those issues on the perimeter, they have kept Tech off the scoreboard. The first pass completion of the afternoon to Brad Stewart there for the Jackets, down to Paul.
Moments ago, caught up with Georgia Tech head coach Paul Johnson. He said they're doing a really nice job in the middle of the field. Two areas of concern: not cashing in on third down because first and second down aren't good enough at times. And then the red zone, you saw the Justin Thomas interception. You have to clean up those things, he said. Defensively, thinks we're seeing a lot more of Grayson Lambert because they've been so good against the run, especially after that initial drive when Georgia scored.
Thank you very much, Paul. Marcus Marshall playing against his older brother Keith, who's on the Georgia side here this afternoon, is taken down by Sterling Bailey.
Go figure, they come out on first down out the gates, they throw a ball. I think they just had to do a check box, you know, get a catch to the receiver one time in this game. Now they can get back to their offense, but it has been crucial right now. And this third and short situation, they have options now. They can actually run the perimeter game if they choose, or try to get a pass in a one-on-one situation on the outside.
0 for 5 on third downs in that first half. They'll option it right. Thomas keeps and gets out to the 45, and it looks like he has reached the spot, and that'll move the chains. First down, Georgia Tech.
You know, they're really trying to take away Georgia's best defender right now. Watch 84, Floyd. He's in space. They're going to option him. And right now he's got a choice. Does he take quarterback? Does he take back? He's very athletic. He has the ability to get both. But when you get those wide spaces, Justin Thomas can really scorch you on the run with the fake pitch like he did there and get those big yards up the middle.
Floyd, a finalist for the Butkus Award. Marshall, Gaines able to trip him up. It's a pretty good group of backers when you talk about Floyd and Jenkins, pro potential, and then the senior transfer Jake Gaines, who has been their leading tackler this year.
I think it's been great for him coming over, a transfer from UAB. You know, he's really stepped in and been a nice, productive linebacker. He's got very good instincts, not top-end speed, but he leads his team in tackles. It's been a force.
The pass incomplete, looking for Ricky June. Sophomore out of Spring Valley, New York, who's their leading receiver with 21 receptions on the year. Just the 5th pass attempt of the day.
Yeah, you know, Justin Thomas, when he gets those quick snaps and tries to pass it right behind the offensive lineman, he's only 5'10", so it's hard to get that ball over and be accurate right there. Throws the ball in the dirt. Ricky June trying to pick it out, but again, they cannot get the catch.
3rd and 5. They need midfield. Lynch is the pitch man. He's got it, and he's got the first down. Hit by Mauger at the 45 as he gets into Georgia territory, picking up 11.
Right now, the alley players, whether that's a safety, a linebacker on the outside, freeze it right here. This cornerback's got to find a way to shed his block and make a tackle. Right now, the wide receivers, who don't get a lot of action in the pass game, have bought in and made big blocks on the outside for this Georgia Tech team.
That was Isaiah Willis, the junior out of Marietta, able to spring Lynch free. Now it's back to Marshall as the B-back. Ball down on the deck, bounces back up to Lynn Griffin. Gets away from Floyd, but not from Mauger. Ends up losing a yard. Griffin and Marshall nearly collided there in the backfield.
Yeah, 3 backs. I think someone actually went the wrong way, and the ball hit the ground. I'll give some credit to Griffin right now, being able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but Marshall looks like he was supposed to go one way. Griffin's supposed to be the running back getting the ball, and great job of getting back to the line of scrimmage, or at least close to it, not putting them back in a big hole.
13 fumbles lost, second most in FBS. Of course, that is an issue when you run as much as they do, and Gaines getting into the backfield to blow that one up, taking down Lance Davis.
We just critiqued the middle linebacker, getting off blocks, shedding blockers, and going across downfield. Nice job by Gaines, obviously getting off and shedding those blockers to make a big play, knock them back even farther. And now you're in a position on 3rd and long, Georgia Tech. They completed 1 pass so far in this football game. It's a scary situation for this offense.
They converted just a moment ago with an 11-yard run by Lynch. does look to throw. Good protection against the three-man rush, and the pass is caught. And then the ball is stripped loose. Ricky June had the first down, and Georgia may have stolen it away. Bulldogs have it. Recovered by James Deloach. It was Dominic Sanders, the sophomore out of Tucker, Georgia, teaming up with Lorenzo Carter to rip that ball away from Ricky June.
Lorenzo Carter getting lost in space, but he's able to come back and strip the ball. 6'6", long arms. Huge play for this Georgia defense coming out at halftime.
Georgia's defense coming up big today against Georgia Tech, preserving the 7-0 lead. Beth Mowins along with 12-year NFL veteran Anthony Becht. And for Georgia's defense on their side of the field so far today, a fumble recovery, a pick, and a 4th down stop.
Sloppy play when they've gotten to their zone to potentially try to score and put some points on the board. And Georgia's done a nice job on defense, but you talked about the turnovers, and that's really been the big situation for this Georgia Tech team. 7 turnovers the last 2 games. Now enter this game. Add 3 more with that 4th down stop. It has not been pretty for them offensively.
Grayson Lambert. Play action with Sonny Michel going deep downfield off the fingertips of Malcolm Mitchell. Chris Milton on the coverage.
Grayson Lambert's been scrutinized with his deep ball, and he threw one today to Terry Godwin with the completion. Right here, I feel like this is a perfectly thrown ball to their leader, Malcolm Mitchell on the outside, just off his fingertips. Senior wide receiver, big numbers, by far their leading receiver on this football team and his go-to guy.
More than twice as many as anybody else. Lambert in that first half was 11 for 16, 141 yards. And here is Sonny Michel closing in on a 1,000-yard rushing season after picking up 66 yards in the first half. He's got 6 more to go to get to 1,000.
Well, Sonny started this game off big, some big bunches of yards. Credit this Georgia Tech defensive front of kind of collapsing him down, and really Sonny has not gotten the activity into the second quarter early in this football game. See if they try to go to him later on, but right now this 3rd and long, see if this Georgia Tech defense can get off the field.
Lambert setting up the screen for Michel, breaks a tackle, has the first down into Tech territory as he stumbles inside the 45. 21 yards. We've seen his receiving skills here today as well.
He's had a tremendous day. And we talked earlier about tackling in space, and Golden's got an opportunity here to do it, but we talked about Sonny making people miss. So right there, Sonny gets the upper hand. We talked about catching the ball on the outside. He's got a cast on his right hand. It's been hard for him to catch football. Tremendous job.
And now Keith Marshall is the tailback, and Keith breaks a tackle to get to the next level, churning it out for a first down. 13 yards for Keith Marshall, the junior from Raleigh, North Carolina, who will graduate in December and try his luck in the NFL and playing today against his younger brother Marcus.
760 yards his freshman year in 2012, tears his ACL in 2013, 2014 had a knee and an ankle. It's been up and down for him, deciding to go pro, but I'll tell you what, he is a powerful downhill back.
Payne is the fullback in front of him. Keith will get the call again. A big burst through the right side. And another nice chunk of yardage for Keith Marshall, who arrived on the scene with Todd Gurley a few years ago.
Right now, John Thesis, the right tackle. Cablano, the right guard. They're opening up some holes on that right side, and that's what they were doing early in this game. I think right now Georgia offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer should continue to pound the rock, set up a play-action pass, maybe to one of their tight ends moving forward in the red zone.
Theus is the 4-year starter, the senior out of Jacksonville, Florida. Goes to Marshall again off that side. Keith was telling the story the other day about playing against his brother Marcus Keith and John Theus, as a flag flies, Keith and John Theus were watching Marcus's debut. It was a Thursday night game against Alcorn State. And Keith and Theus were jumping all over the place as Marcus had a huge day, 184 yards, a touchdown on his first carry as a freshman.
Yeah, you know, not only are they dominating up front on this drive, but it looks like Georgia Tech compound the problem.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike, defense, number 40. Half the distance to the goal, number 40 is ejected. Number 40 is ejected.
That is P.J. Davis, the junior from Cairo, Georgia, who will take a swing at one of the Georgia guys.
Yeah, that's a huge problem right now for this Georgia Tech offense. Watch number 40 right here, Davis. He's going to take a swing here, gets pushed. Of course, they always find the second guy, Beth. He's been ejected from this football game. A huge loss, their top all-around backer.
He took a swing at Brandon Cablano, so an ejection for P.J. Davis. Their leading tackler is out of the game. Back to Sony Michel, runs it up the middle. Kashun Freeman with the stop.
That could be costly, Beth, in the running game right now. Trying to get that pressure, and they're taking advantage of it, Georgia, even when he's in the game, trying to speed it up.
Michel off the right side, down to the 2-yard line. Jamal Golden with the stop.
Well, right now they feel like they have an advantage on the right side of the defensive line for this Georgia Tech defense. Rook Changong on the outside, number 41, Patrick Gamble. They're attacking that right side. Tight ends overload. Trying to punch this ball in the end zone.
And congratulations to Sony Michel. That last carry gets him to 1,000 yards on the season. He'd like a couple more here on third down. He's offset. Remember, to Godwin, who was the motion man, and he's denied. DJ White, who had the huge interception in overtime to preserve the win over Georgia last year with a nice wrap-up.
Really is one-on-one tackling, something that they've struggled with. But the senior, his last home game, making a statement right there with that one-on-one tackle, holding him off, forcing a potential field goal.
Marshall Morgan, who is third all-time in career scoring at Georgia, behind Blair Walsh and Billy Bennett. 19-yard attempt right here. And a whistle on the attempt. Some more pushing and shoving inside. Do not see a flag, so the field goal is good, and it's on the board. 10-0 Dogs here midway through the third. At historic Grant Field today, they have a 10-0 lead, 5:55 to go here in the third quarter. Marshall Morgan with the 19-yard field goal to extend the advantage. Keith Marshall had a couple carries for Georgia on that scoring drive, and little brother Marcus is back to receive for the Jackets from his own 5. He'll get out to the 23. Chris Cotter has an update from the big chance for Michigan to make things interesting. The winner of that one has to root for Penn State to beat Michigan State, and then they would go on to play Iowa in the Big Ten final. Otherwise, it will be Sparty against the Hawkeyes. Iowa improving to 12-0 with their win at Nebraska yesterday. The pass to Lynch, caught out across the 40-yard line. Jake Gaines with the tackle as we take a look at this. Beat Baylor last night, so that has knocked the Bears out of the race. This will be Lynn Griffin getting away from Floyd and getting the first down into Georgia territory. And Lynn is fired up after that carry.
Right, they have a problem on the perimeter right now. Look, Leonard Floyd is a very good athlete, but he's not good enough when he doesn't have the angle. There's nobody there. The Mike backer's not there. There's no corner, and there's no strong safety filling the alley. Who is the alley defender going to be to stop those perimeter runs? Right now, Georgia Tech's going to continue to do it until Georgia figures it out.
And Griffin, who had 8 carries all season, has 6 more today. They'll run that dive into the belly with Patrick Skov. Paul?
Well, Anthony, Jeremy Pruitt, defensive coordinator for Georgia, had almost the entire defense with him before they took the field, drawing up schemes. It all came down to the linebackers and positioning and sensing out exactly how to deal with this Georgia Tech triple option. This guy is aggressive with it, expects a lot from his players, and not thrilled at the moment.
Well, you know what, Paul, the one thing they've done is they've forced turnovers, and that's kept them in the game because Georgia Tech's gotten sloppy on this side of the field.
Skov again to the 35-yard line. The senior transfer from Stanford, who had a huge start to the season, 7 touchdowns in his first 3 games, then was slowed down by an injury. Had that 3-touchdown performance in the loss to Notre Dame. There have been some close calls for the Yellow Jackets this year against ranked opponents, and things just have not gone their way in a 3-8 season.
They had a chance against North Carolina, hit several teams. They just have not been able to finish and execute.
Can they convert a 3rd down for the first time today? It's Skov, and he appears to have come up short. Carter was there, Gaines was there.
What they've been doing on the outside on the perimeter, to me, I mean, let's just put Crisis on the outside edge and try to work your backs and quarterbacks in that option game. I mean, Georgia hasn't stopped it right now, and Justin Thomas is running it to perfection. See if they go the wide side of the field. He'll try to go after number 7, Lorenzo Carter.
Skov, belly, the push forward. It will depend on the spot. Mager and Gaines were there defensively. And it's a 1st down for Georgia Tech.
Right now, if I'm calling plays on my play card, which Paul Johnson does not have, I'm going to run this football every single down. I mean, there's no reason to put this ball in the air. It hasn't been pretty. They haven't caught a lot of balls. These receivers haven't got a lot of action. Put it in your hands of your best player, the quarterback, and see if they can get some big plays here.
He's been running this offense successfully for 18 years now. No cheat sheet necessary for the head coach. Thomas thought about the pitch. Too many red jerseys around him, led by Sanders, along with Sterling Bailey.
Yeah, and there's Dominic Sanders coming down. Finally, they get one of their strong safeties involved in that alley area, and Justin Thomas has to be quick. He's going to creep down, number 24 right here. Watch him as he flows. Defensive tackles too. Bailey, Shedden. Again, multiple players. You need to have red jerseys in that area. Nice job there.
Willis was the motion man. Thomas is in trouble. And Thomas will be taken down for a loss. And it's 3rd down and long. So another trip here into Georgia territory. They've turned it over 3 times. Once on downs, once with a pick, once with a fumble. And the move stalling here with a couple of negative plays.
Yeah, they're going the wrong direction right now, and you can see Paul Johnson is not happy. He's yelling at everybody or anybody that'll look at him. I don't think too many people are looking at him. Just disappointed.
No eye contact.
Yeah, no eye contact. Well, they can't get anything going in the passing game, and they've hurt themselves. Now they put themselves in a tough situation here on 3rd and long.
Carter with some pocket pressure, and the pass is incomplete. He was looking for Ricky June, but Lorenzo made sure that he didn't have a whole lot of time.
We're just going to run a comeback, and Justin Thomas feels pressure. He's got to get out of his hands early, and there's just nothing there. It's been a challenge. One, protection. They're going to go deep here, a potential field goal, though, Beth.
Yeah, it's Harrison Butker out there, not the punter, it's the kicker. Butker looking for a 55-yarder. He had the game-tying field goal as time expired in regulation last year from 53 yards
First
out.
timeout of the 2nd half.
And Georgia will let Butker think about it for a little bit. 10-0 Georgia, but Tech trying to get on the board.
10-0 Bulldogs here back in Atlanta. I had a chance to speak to Paul Johnson before the game. Kind of shocked that Harrison Butker's out here. He hasn't kicked in a month, and Paul Johnson told me comfortable with about a 45-yard field goal. If it was a game-time, game-winning decision, 50. This is 55, Beth and Anthony.
His last attempt was a made 53-yarder against Florida State on October 24th.
Also this deep, watch for low kicks, blockable area for this defense.
Butker's boot is on its way, and it is no good. So off of the miss now, Georgia will have a shorter field to work with, and a 10-0 lead with 1:09 to go in the third.
Well, Clark called it. He hasn't kicked in a while. Again, 45-yard was his last kickable kick. And, you know, to me, I just think Georgia Tech right now is trying to get something on the board. Unfortunately for their offense, the fact that they lost yardage, big yardage on those last offensive plays really hurt them when they had a surefire first opportunity at a closer field goal.
Sony Michel, the deep back in the eye, has gone over 1,000 yards on the season here today, and looking to add to it. Another big burst inside the 30-yard line, and Chris Milton saves the touchdown after a 33-yard scoot.
One of the best attributes I like about Sony is making people miss, but he hits the hole so hard. Watch how he gets to stick his foot, and he goes. Another missed tackle. Two of them right there by just Georgia Tech defense. It's been the thorn in their side. He's right in position. Sony keeps grinding his legs, makes a potential 1-yard loss into a big gain for this offense.
Fourth time this year, over 100 yards for Michel. Lambert will use him on play action and then dump it off for Malcolm Mitchell. Tackled by Brent Mitchell. That's the second catch today for Mitchell.
Tyler McCourtis, number 35. He's their most experienced defensive player, Beth. Opportunity there to make a tackle in the backfield, doesn't get it done. You got to get low, wrap low, and it's been costly not only today, but during this whole season.
That'll take care of the third quarter in this 110th meeting of clean, old-fashioned hate. Still plenty to go around for Georgia and Georgia Tech as we head to the fourth on ESPN. Georgia with the lead over Georgia Tech 10-0 as we head to the fourth quarter. The numbers, well, two big ones for Georgia Tech, a couple of turnovers. They've also been denied on a fourth down in Georgia territory. Neither side has been very good on third downs today. 15 minutes to go. Keith Marshall is now in at tailback with Georgia on the move. Lambert, incomplete. How about a studio update? Chris Cotter. And we're going to keep it here with a third down and 8 for the Dogs from the Tech 27.
Malcolm Mitchell, number 26, is Lambert Grayson's favorite target. He's at the top of the screen here on the inside.
Looking that way on the crossing route. It's Godwin instead with the catch at the 20, and he's going to be a yard short, it appears, with Golden on the tackle.
It's obviously Godwin has some tremendous hands. Some of the catches I've seen on film along with today as he plucks the ball out of the air has been tremendous. They use Mitchell as a decoy underneath. Again, the depth wasn't there on that first down, so they'll have to go for a field goal attempt.
Morgan has been good today from 19 yards. This will be from 37. Perfect. 13-0 Georgia Early fourth quarter, pitching the shutout so far on Georgia Tech. Celebrating its 11th year sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets, Allstate makes contributions to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kicked. Allstate has donated millions in scholarship funds. Early fourth quarter, Marshall Morgan with a couple of field goals. Sony Michel a 34-yard touchdown run as he has gone over 1,000 yards for the season. And it's a 13-0 lead for Georgia Tech. Very rare for the Jackets to have a goose egg up on the board. Marshall from his own goal line, cut down at the 15-yard line. How about an Ohio State and Michigan update, Chris?
Yeah, bet.
That's a big bounce back game for Ohio State. You know, if they win and Michigan State loses, they're right back in the driver's seat. Right now, Iowa's just sitting back, trying to figure out who they're going to play after their big win yesterday.
It could be a huge moment, a seminal moment in the career of Christian Hackenberg, the quarterback at Penn State, to try and make something happen. Incomplete. Thomas looking for Marcus Marshall. Well, speaking of Hackenberg, he and Penn State will be at Spartan Stadium to take on Michigan State.
Decision if he does play. That defensive line and pass rush of Penn State with Nassib and Zettel, those guys are strong up front. Might be a long day.
2nd and 10. Thomas with the pitch to Lynch. Buried by Jordan Jenkins, the senior out of Hamilton, Georgia. The last time he'll suit up in this rivalry.
Gets himself a big play chasing down. He's been quiet on the defensive side, but I think at the next level, he's going to be a tremendous outside linebacker in the NFL. Very strong, heavy hand player, sets the edge. Doesn't have great quickness, but his instincts make up for that. Him and Floyd are two guys that I think will be a big asset to the team next year.
Georgia Tech needs the 25. Here comes Floyd. And Thomas has to chuck it. And the first 3 and out of the day for Georgia Tech. And now the added bonus for this Georgia defense. The Dogs have not shut out the Jackets in this series since 1964. You're working on that shutout here in the fourth quarter. It's been 236 straight games going back to 1997, the last time that Tech was shut out in a game. And the punt will roll down to the Georgia 40-yard line. 43 yards on that boot.
ESPN College Football is presented by 5-Hour Energy and in part by Jiffy Lube, experts around every corner to help you leave worry behind.
Now this rivalry also a senior day for guys like Adam Gotsis, hurt during the regular season. They had an 11-win campaign last year, Orange Bowl championship. Unfortunately, this season, things have not gone the way they had planned. Still an opportunity with 13 minutes to go to try and pick up back-to-back wins against Georgia. That's only happened once in the last quarter century when they won 3 in a row in 98, 99, and 2000. And coming off their win in Athens a year ago, Sony Michel over 100 yards rushing today. Well, tonight after Florida State, Florida, be sure to stick around for Sports Center at Night with Nicole Briscoe and Kevin Connors. End your day on a highlight with Sports Center at Night here on ESPN and streaming live on Watch ESPN. Plenty of highlights from all the rivalry games around the country. Ohio State up on Michigan, Clemson leading South Carolina. Still to come tonight, that Florida State game. Big showdown in Stillwater. It's Bedlam for Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, which is essentially a playoff elimination matchup. And the winner will win the Big 12. And 2nd and 4, Lambert will give to Michel again. He was upended quickly. Kashum Freeman, nice push at the line. And it's 3rd and 3.
Theus a little slow to get up, but this right side of this line has been the strength today with Theus and Cablano. The right guard, 54. These guys have been workhorses, and remember, Theus normally plays left tackle with Greg Pike out, number 73, their right guard. He's shown his versatility at the tackle position today.
Let this play clock run down and call the timeout here. And we will take the TO along with it with a third down coming up when we return to Atlanta. Clean, old-fashioned hate here in Atlanta. Sony Michel, a touchdown run. Marshall Morgan, 2 field goals. And Georgia Tech scoreless. They have not been shut out at home since 1957. And now on 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Play action. And it's Christian Payne, the fullback, with the catch for the first down and more. 24 yards. Payne's second catch. He had 2 all season coming in.
11 players in the box right now. Everybody's biting up on play action. They're just going to slip out the fullback Payne. Nobody home. Outside defenders get picked off by the tight end and Malcolm Mitchell. And Payne's having himself a little game today, catching the ball out of the backfield, giving the little fullback a bone.
Let's see. Athens, Georgia native. Him and Hicks, both their fullbacks are Georgia guys, have made some nice plays today. Sony Michel, the tailback out of Plantation, Florida. Tackle made by Dominique Noble.
I've been impressed by Sony. You know, we talked about he's elusive in space, but he's not a big back like Chubb. He's so powerful. Sony gets through that hole very quick. So if it's tight, he can get his maneuver himself in there. He really gets himself to the second level very quickly. Again, 17 rushes, 118 yards, 7 yards a carry, close to what Chubb was averaging, where he was at 8.1 through the games he played this season.
His touchdown, a 34-yarder on a 4th down play in the first quarter. Michel looking for space on the left side, won't find any there. Paul?
Sony Michel and Nick Chubb are actually really close. I had a chance to talk to Sony this week, and he told me that it's been tough without Chubb around because when he was in practice, the two would motivate each other. He had something to shoot for. He's found that inner motivation. He's the guy without question. Playing through pain, too. That right hand has tape over it. He's been playing with that injury all season long almost, and to be quite honest, he said he doesn't feel the pain during the game. It's afterwards.
Yeah, they'll have both those guys next year, as well as a couple of top 10 recruits. Elijah Holyfield and Devwah Whaley joining the team next year. This is Michel. Won't get the edge, won't get the first down. Damon Smith able to run him out.
It was close there, and being at the fact that Georgia Tech's offense has done nothing today getting close to the end zone, it's easy for Georgia to make these attempts, get in field goal range, and continue to kick them and knock them down.
Good from 19, good from 37. He keeps moving out a little bit further away. This one will be from 40 yards. To match the 3 field goals he had in their 9-6 win against Missouri earlier this year. And he missed it, pulled it left. Score stays 13-0, 9 minutes to go. Can Tech get it going?
Controls their destiny with a win.
Deepest drive for Tech today has been to the Georgia 14-yard line. That ended with an interception. Otherwise, it's been a struggle in the red zone, or even to get there. How about an Ohio State update from Chris?
Hope's alive.
Speaking of struggling, Beth, Justin Thomas today has just not been able to pass the ball well. Get a big stop, block, forcing a missed kick, try to go deep, try to make something happen, just underthrows the receiver.
3 of 11, Anthony, for just 39 yards. They'll run it with Lynch on the counter. Not a whole lot there. Chauncey Rivers, the freshman from Stone Mountain, Georgia. with the tackle, and it's 3rd down coming up. Again, what's at stake here? Not just the rivalry, not just a 9th win for Georgia, but for Paul Johnson. Never been shut out at home. In fact, Georgia Tech, the last time they were shut out at home, 1957.
And in the back of his head, maybe why he went for that field goal to try to get some points on the board a few series ago. But right now, this offense has not been able to do anything. Credit Georgia's defense.
Thomas on 3rd and 8. Here comes Bailey and Floyd giving chase. And the pass incomplete down the Georgia sideline. Looking for Clinton Lynch.
I'll tell you, I've been impressed by Sterling Bailey. He's a senior defensive tackle. Guys that don't get a lot of credit for what they do. He's been showing up in tackles, shedding blocks. The guards and centers have had a hard time blocking him. He's been a stable player. Jeremy Pruitt's talked about he's been one of their highest graded players week to week. And he's really been putting the pressure on this Georgia Tech offense.
Yeah, Sterling Bailey is the senior from Gainesville, Georgia. In his final appearance in this rivalry, Godwin will let this one bounce. It'll take a Tech tumble down to the 21-yard line.
They had to play this year with North Carolina, losing only their first game of the year to South Carolina.
A long time ago for Larry Fedora and that potent offense. Mitchell out of bounds around the, is that the 26-yard line, it looks like. Well, here is who Anthony thinks will be in. Clemson, Oklahoma in one semi on New Year's Eve, and Alabama, Iowa in the other semifinal on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, you know, I agree with them with Notre Dame bouncing out. I think Oklahoma right now is showing they're one of the best teams. Iowa, to me, has earned the right to be 3. Alabama playing the best probably of anyone, and Clemson, efficiency on both sides. I think that a lot of teams match up to them, but they've been playing the best on offense and defense collectively.
Sony Michel off the left side. Patrick Gamble collars him.
Speaking of gambles, Georgia Tech's defense going to have to take some here if they're going to make this game turn around. Down by 2 scores. They got to create something. They got to get off the field. If Georgia decides to pass here, which I think they're going to obviously take their time. The one thing Coach Rick talked about was slowing down the tempo. They started huddling up the last couple games. Communication, make sure everybody gets their plays to really go against and combat against a potentially dangerous Georgia Tech offense. So far, it's worked well to their favor, and they put themselves in a favorable 3rd and short.
We just saw the DC Ted Roof, who has played in this rivalry with Georgia Tech, a former All-ACC linebacker. He's in the Tech Hall of Fame, so he knows how significant these games are with the Bulldogs and the Yellow Jackets. A timeout. That's Georgia's final one. 6:31 to go. A couple of years ago here in Atlanta, the last time these two were together at Bobby Dodd, Georgia Tech was up 20-7 at halftime, but then the comeback, led by quarterback Hudson Mason and Todd Gurley, who had a huge game, 4 touchdowns, 3 of them on the ground, as Georgia would eventually prevail in double overtime. Their last chance for Tech, broken up the pass in the end zone. Gurley ends up with the game winner in that second OT and a 41-34 win. Mark Richt is 7-0 in this rivalry here in the ATL. 6:31 to play, and it's 3rd down. Michel met right at the line of scrimmage. Down at the 29, he'll be short.
Big stop by Georgia Tech's defense again, going with no middle of the field safety. Everybody up in the box.
Timeout. Georgia Tech. This is a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout.
Well, do you go?
Yeah, they got burnt last time with everybody in the box. Here, they don't decide to pass on 3rd and short, want to get the clock running. They stop Sony with enough unblocked defenders, so they're going to get the ball back. The question is, can they drum up any kind of offense right now without being able to complete any passes? They need a big return, number 1. Potentially change field positions, that'd be great. Get them a little closer, but right now, Justin Thomas, their best player on offense, has to find a way to get this offense going.
You throw 10 guys here at the punter, Bryce Ramsey? Jamal Golden will be back deep. The other Jackets are all on the line, and they're coming. And Ramsey gets the boot away. Fair catch signal from Golden at the 36-yard line, 34 yards on that punt.
It's been not pretty all season really for Justin Thomas, and today really not even close. Poor passing, bad ball placement. Again, eyeballing a defender right in the end zone. I'm not quite sure where he was trying to go with that ball. Just 3 for 12 in this football game, 39 yards, an interception. Just not the Justin Thomas we saw last year, who was coming off an MVP performance in the Orange Bowl.
And negative yards rushing today as well for Thomas, who is coming back from the injury he sustained in their last game. Also got hurt, was out a few plays in the first half here today. They'll keep it on the ground with Scove. He runs into the arms of Jake Gaines as that clock continues to roll now under 6 minutes.
Gaines has recovered quickly from the first half where he was trying to figure out where everybody was at and the ball movements and the misdirection, making a big tackle on Scove there. And this is what Georgia Tech's got. They have dive plays with 5:46 left to try to move the ball down the field, trying to break something free. Georgia's done a nice job of preventing explosive plays in the run game.
Thomas. And the completion to Ricky June, and that's a first down and out of bounds. 5:30 to go.
And the crowd goes wild. They get a completion, a comeback route. Ricky June, well designed. He's got some time, protect it well, and they went to their top receiver, who's graded out the best week in and week out, but majority of that's been because he's been a good blocker.
He's got a couple of catches, Lynch and Stewart, with 1 reception each. The only completed pass plays, and Thomas down in the backfield.
Again, you got a snap issue with your center. The problem is sophomore Andrew Marshall is not the starter. Freddie Burton is the normal starter, number 58. They get a poor snap.
Marshall.
He's back in the game now, Beth.
Yeah, Burton comes back quickly. I'll run it with Marcus Marshall up the middle. He and his brother Keith on opposite sides today. The brothers have rushed 12 times here this afternoon as the clock continues to roll. Georgia Tech is up against it. 236 games in a row without being shut out. Back to 1997. At home, you got to go back to 57. Trying to get some points up.
They had a couple of those A-backs in the alley in the passing game that were open but poorly thrown. Let's watch these off backs outside of the tight ends to see if they can get the ball in the alleys.
Thomas looking for June along the sideline, incomplete, out of bounds.
You're going to have to go for it on 4th down. There's a late flag, though.
This might be a mistake from Gaines after the fact.
After the play, have unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 51. That is his first unsportsmanlike conduct. First down.
It's a bit unorthodox for a linebacker. Gaines, one of the team leaders, and he's kind of saying, look, I was just shaking my arms off saying they didn't get it. Apparently the referees thought differently, and that's huge because right now that was the biggest play Georgia Tech had in that last series.
And they get the fresh set of downs. Under 4 minutes to go. Thomas to Marshall. Rumbles down inside the 20. First down Tech, 17 yards.
See to get the catch out of bounds. There's Gaines, and you know what? He did taunt him, so that's why he got the flag. So right now Georgia Tech trying to take advantage of it.
Still just a 2-touchdown game from the Tech perspective. Thomas looking for Ricky June in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
You make a brutal mistake on defense, you get an unsportsmanlike flag, and Georgia Tech makes you pay. Justin Thomas has been off all day. Ricky June, though, I'll tell you what, he's got some nice hands. Watch this, tracking the ball, eyes on it, getting his feet down. A lot of things going on that catch. Impressive. Hands catching, toes down in the end zone. Well thrown behind. Excellent.
Nice comeback, too, for Ricky June, who had that fumble in the third quarter. So now not just ruining the shutout bid, but the extra point here. And Georgia Tech is within 6. 7 plays, 64 yards, under 3 minutes, aided by the Gaines taunting penalty. And with 3:24 to go and a couple of timeouts as well for Georgia Tech, none left for Georgia.
Gaines making a brutal mistake on the sidelines with taunting. The referee immediately throws the flag. You see it right there. Poor decision. And Georgia Tech makes them pay. Ball placement, which has been poor all day. Ricky June, beautiful catch. Justin Thomas finally gets a smile on his face for this offense.
13th touchdown pass of the season. 3:24 to go here. You're going to go onside?
Well, Georgia Tech has 2 timeouts. You have time. To me, I think you kick it off. You know, force this Georgia offense outside of running the football to make a play in the passing game. Grayson Lambert's been solid today. Nothing outstanding, but he's hit the open receivers in the play action game.
Georgia certainly lining up as if the onside kick is coming. The last 2 meetings have gone to overtime. And now Georgia Tech making things interesting again.
Paul Johnson's been clear he has not trusted his defense during this entire season.
Butker will boot it away over the head of Reggie Davis, and he'll scoop it up and take a knee at the 8-yard line.
Not well played by this Georgia receiving team, taking a knee. I don't know if he thought he was in the end zone, but worked out to be a pretty good kick. And now, this defense for Georgia Tech, much maligned during this season. Can they come up with a stop and get their offense on the field?
They are without one of their starters, P.J. Davis, who was ejected earlier in the game for taking a swing at one of the Bulldogs.
Georgia's been in control offensively. A lot of Sony Michel here.
Play action for Lambert. Throwing down the middle of the field to his tight end, Jed Blazevich. First down, Bulldogs.
Well, we talked about taking gambles. They go with no safety. Perfect play call by Schottenheimer. There's no safety in the back end. It's going to be play action. Freeze it right here. Look at the tight end run right down the middle. Nobody's there. Easy throw, easy catch. It's a well-designed play and a great call by offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer.
His first catch of the day for the sophomore out of Charlotte Christian.
He gets some breathing room now. Now let's see him hand the ball off and see if Sony can get some big plays.
Under 3 minutes to go and running. Speaking of running, Sony Michel to the 35. Noble with the stop.
Timeout. Georgia Tech.
Tech will use one of its timeouts, 1 to go.
30-second timeout.
Still got a lot going on the rest of the day. Of course, coming up at 3. Set last week of Ohio State. And so they find themselves back in the chase for a conference title and perhaps the national championship as Michel to the outside. Shoved out of bounds and another set of downs for Georgia. 19 more yards for Sony Michel, now close to $150 on the day.
He's had a huge game, and you see the tremendous speed on the outside. Stepped in well into this position. He's got an injured hand, great blocking up front. Really, this drive has been signature for Georgia right now, starting all the way pinned back on the 8-yard line. Big play action play, nice run. Sony on the outside.
Play clock under 10. Keith Marshall now in at tailback. He'll get the call in his final rivalry game against Tech.
Timeout, Georgia Tech.
And Georgia Tech will use its final timeout as we go under 2 minutes to play. Clean old-fashioned hate here in Atlanta. Tech gets the late touchdown to make things interesting as Georgia now tries to put this one away. Beth Mowins, Anthony Beck, Paul Carcaterra with you here in Atlanta, and quite a response right here for the Dogs.
Yeah, it is. They were pinned back. A huge opportunity to really close this game out in their 4-minute offense, and I've been impressed with the ability of Grayson Lambert at the quarterback position. They took advantage of him with no safety looks in this football game. They showed it early. They set it up with the play action, and he hits the tight end for the big play. He's been on point. A couple deep balls we've seen him throw down the field. I've been impressed by his play in this game. Not a lot of points, but in general, he's been a good leader for this offense and really created some opportunities down the field for this team.
It's not the season that they had anticipated when things got started last summer. They were hoping to be getting ready for the SEC championship game, for the playoff perhaps in college football. Things didn't go that way, but now an opportunity to beat Georgia Tech. Mark Richt quickly putting down questions about his job security this week as Nick Chubb looks on from the sideline. And if you win here, you're a bold win away from another 10-win campaign. A couple more yards for Michelle. Another match for the college football playoff. Gators have some work to do, but that Sunshine State rivalry always a fun one.
Well, right now the referees are talking about something. Coach Rick's wondering why the clock's not continuing to run. Georgia Tech is out of timeouts. Not quite sure what's going on here.
They've had a couple of clock adjustments here this afternoon.
Please set the game clock to 1:56. I'm going to start the game clock on my line. I will start the clock on my signal. Please start the game clock and the play clock on my signal. Thank you.
Well, no matter what, Georgia Tech got 10 more seconds back on the clock. They didn't reset it to 40 seconds on the play. There they go. They got it back up there. So here we go. So they're basically back in the situation where they were prior.
Yep.
But
should run this down right around to what, a minute 10 to go before they'd have to snap it.
Yeah, it's
3rd and 6. You get a conversion here and it's done.
Well, you're going to run the ball here. There's no question. You don't want this clock to stop. Even if you don't get it, they're only going to leave them about a little less than 20 seconds on the clock.
Keith Marshall to the 39-yard line. That will be short. Mercordes with the tackle as the clock will continue to run. And Georgia in a 4th down situation here. The clock will run down to around 40 seconds or so to go. And now it's stopped again, and Richt is livid.
109, please, on the play call on the game clock. Please put 109 on the game clock. Thank you.
Both coaches, everybody's looking up, trying to figure out what's going on here. The 40's back on. They got it timed up. We'll have Georgia's going to have to. They're not going to be able to stop the clock with the timeout because they have none left. So they'll run another play here. And if Georgia Tech can stop them, they'll have about what, that 30 seconds? Give or take?
Under that, I believe. As you see, the next game's up. UCLA, USC, the winner of that one will play Stanford in the Pac-12 championship. Carolina and State as well. And then Michigan State can meet Iowa in the Big Ten championship game if they beat Penn State. Coming up next on ESPN.
They'll take the penalty here.
So now you punt it away, and if things go well from the Georgia perspective, you can pin Tech deep, and a long way to go with a passing game that has only attempted 16 throws today.
Offense.
We've seen
Most of them on that last drive.
We've seen some special teams fiascos
Some
at
magic
the end
here.
of the game.
Miracle at Techwood.
Georgia Tech had theirs. We've seen some. Michigan State against Michigan, so it's not over till it's over, Beth.
Colin Barber is in to punt for the first time today instead of Bryce Ramsey. A low driving punt. Golden at the 4-yard line. And taken down at the 15. 11 yards on the return. Rankin with the tackle.
Yeah, Jamal Golden, a senior on this team, catches the ball, a line drive punt at the 8-yard line. Let it go in the end zone. You save some time. He catches it. Now instead of having 20-plus seconds, they only have 17. And listen, you are way behind the 8 ball with this offense right now with the quarterback that doesn't have a tremendously strong arm, and your only wide receiver weapon that's big enough and strong enough to potentially make a catch is number 2, Ricky June, who's lined up on the bottom of your screen in the middle of that bunch set.
17 seconds and no timeouts. Justin Thomas heaves it upfield, and it's almost intercepted. Dropped by Lorenzo Carter. 10 seconds to go.
And before we start criticizing Lorenzo Carter, he is an outside linebacker playing in space. So again, you know, I'm not going to crucify a young man for dropping the ball. He's in the right place. But 6'6", reading eyes. You know, linebackers have stone hands. They're not meant to catch footballs, Beth. I can tell you that. But Auti's in the right spot. He's a big-armed, long-arm. He is the future. If Leonard Floyd decides to go to the next level this year, being that he's 23 going on 24, he's next in line to be that pass rush stud.
Thomas with 6 completions today. Can he get another big one? 3-man Georgia rush. Thomas will throw again, and this one is picked. Malcolm Parrish. And that will take care of things. Parrish with the interception to end it, and Georgia beats Georgia Tech 13-7. The defense forcing 3 turnovers as well as a turnover on downs here this afternoon.
It's a prevent defense, and Justin Thomas, just not a lot of places to go. And we talked about Malcolm Parrish, sophomore cornerback. It's been a ball hawk of late.
Paul Carcaterra now with the winning coach, Mark Richt.
Coach, this Georgia Tech triple option, never easy to deal with. You held them scoreless for over 56 minutes. Why was that unit so effective today?
Well, they just did a good job of being disciplined in their gaps. They did a great job of handling the perimeter looks that can, you know, spring a big play, and they just defeated blocks and made tackles. But great plan by Coach Pruitt and the rest of the defensive staff. Really proud of the job everybody did. But it's a team victory all the way, and really thankful that we got it.
Your superstar running back Nick Chubb went down against Tennessee. Enter Sony Michel, over 150 yards today, 1,000 on the season. Describe what he means to your team.
Well, you know what? We've always known he's a great player and a better person, and just really proud of him. But it takes a lot of blocking, as you know. Again, a team effort, and just really thankful for the job that he's done as well.
Coach, you've won 9 games. When your job status is brought up, what's your response?
I don't think much about it. I think the Lord's in charge of everything, so I don't worry too much about it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. The Georgia Bulldogs go to 9-3. They'll get ready for their 19th trip to a bowl game. The season comes to a close for the Yellow Jackets at 3-9. College football continues on ESPN2. But first, let's send you to Chris Cotter and Robert Smith in the studio.